Hey.
I've seen your show where you cried.
Howard, I feel yesterday morning, I was watching Sleepless in Seattle. I was eating some Haagen-Dazs, and I heard you guys were goofing on me about crying.
Now, let me tell you something. Listen, everyone is upset about the World Trade Center tragedy.
It made me cry a little bit more.
Everyone is upset about the World Trade Center tragedy, but the reason that I played yours is that it was kind of funny that you were not only crying, but I couldn't even figure out what you were saying.
Because I was crying so much.
Should I play it, and then I'll tell you my commentary?
Don't do that.
Come on, let me play it.
Howard, I was crying when I heard Bernard Hopkins talking about his balls. Don't do that again.
You know, I didn't know he was such a sensitive, emotional guy.
No, because I said to Robin, listen, John's crying. I understand that, but I'm telling you, you made Dan Rather seem like Rambo. I mean, I never seen it.
Howard was getting scared for the entire country listening to you. He said, "I don't think we can win a war."
No, every guy is so.
Simmons called me up and called me a pussy.
Every guy has become so feminized.
Yeah.
Can I tell you this though? That was it wasn't recent. It was actually before it happened.
Yeah, you cried before.
You were crying before.
No, it was last Thursday, our first show back. Now I'm not only am I not crying, I'm completely stoic.
Why not, John? Why not get a sex change operation at this point?
It doesn't. You don't understand.
See, the comedy would have been if you wore a dress while you cried. See, that would have been funny.
That hurts me.
No, it would have been good.
Hurt.
You could be Jon Stewart, not Jon Stewart.
You know what? I don't think I'm going to be able to jazzercise this morning because of this comment.
No, but actually what it was the thing. We're not laughing at the fact that you were upset about the World Trade Center. What we're laughing about is
me and my lack of emotional control.
No. That's not even what I'm laughing about. What it is that it appeared after listening to this, and I'm going to play it.
No, don't play
yes, I am,
it.
because I have questions.
All
it
right.
appears you're mostly upset that your view has changed outside your apartment window.
It's a metaphor, for Christ's sake.
Hasn't it always been frightening for little kids when they see grown men cry?
Can I tell you guys something? Honestly, I was ovulating.
There you go. All right, I'm going to play this.
That's what happens when you're emotional like that.
I'm going to play this because truly we did have problems understanding what exactly you were saying.
Yeah, you were talking about men and women to get blacks and white. I don't know what he was.
You were talking about Martin Luther King.
Wait, what was I talking about?
Let me ask you, will the South Park characters cry as well?
I believe so.
All right, so here it is.
No, don't. I don't think you should play it because here's the thing.
No, we have to play it.
I hate to see the country sad like this.
No. Let's listen, and if we have a question, we'll interrupt.
You're a nasty man.
Here we go.
The reason I don't despair is because this attack happened.
Hey, that's
It's not a dream.
All right.
Shh. Let's listen.
But the aftermath of it,
Yes.
the recovery, is a dream realized.
Hey, that's good.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
What does that mean? And by the way, is this scripted?
No, this is what happens when you don't go on the prompter.
All right.
This is extemporaneous.
All right, at least I'll praise you for not going on the prompter and crying.
Can I tell you something? Honestly,
Yeah.
I had prepared a limerick, but I couldn't remember it.
How are we going to win
I
this
had a whole
war?
thing about Nantucket.
How are we going to win the war if every guy is so busy crying? We have to get in there.
Thing.
Dealing
Here's my
with their
plan.
emotions.
Listen to this.
Yes.
So the terrorists are watching this,
Yes.
and they say, "Oh my God, the Americans are a bunch of weepy females. Look at the Americans."
All right, let's
I took
continue.
one for the team.
Let's continue this.
No.
Yes.
Come
Martin
on.
Luther King's dream.
Oh, can I interrupt?
No.
Whatever barriers we've put up
Yes.
are gone,
Gone.
even if it's just momentary. And
Very nice.
we're judging people by
Yes.
not the color of their skin, but the content of their character.
Excellent point.
Want to make the point that I'm still judging people by the color of their skin, okay?
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
However momentary.
Okay.
I qualified it.
Howard said he hasn't stopped for a second.
Howard's judging them by the
I
color of their
can't believe
turban.
this.
Oh, yeah, we're judging people by the color of their turban, Richard Johnson wants you to know.
Why don't you just come like...
Hey, Richard, who knew you were so funny?
My grandfather's funeral and ask me
Richard's
that
doing a good job.
Yeah.
Andy, what is it? You're on with Jon Stewart.
You pussy!
All right, here, come on, let me finish it.
What is it? There you go.
You know, all this talk about these guys are criminal masterminds. They've gotten together and their extraordinary guile and their wit and their skill. It's a lie.
That's true.
Any fool can blow something up.
Nah, that's true.
That's true.
Any fool can destroy.
Yep.
But to see these guys, these firefighters, these policemen, and people from all over the country, literally with buckets, rebuilding, that's extraordinary.
What do you mean the terrorists have wit? Name a witty terrorist.
Yeah, when did they display wit?
They've got... You should hear those guys go off on camel toes.
By the way, okay, so this part I understand.
And
well, you didn't hear the
that's why
context of the other part.
Well, wait a minute. Had he been down to ground zero?
No, he was looking out his apartment. And wait, we got to hear this part. This is where John gets upset because he looked out his window and he realized, my apartment's not worth anything. I don't have a view.
I'm looking at the Statue of Liberty.
It's a metaphor for what they did.
Let's see.
Oh, Christ.
already won. They can't. It's light. It's democracy. We've already won. They can't shut that down.
Nice. You can't shut it down. Good man.
You're just talking over this because you're embarrassed. Be quiet. Just put your lipstick on while
he's
you're...
using his man voice now.
Hold on.
Yeah, like that manly voice. Notice it. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. What happened to this voice?
I'm going to kick some ass. All right.
They live in chaos. And chaos, it can't sustain itself. It never could.
That's true.
No, I'm not.
What is he talking about? There's plenty of chaos going on all the time.
You know what? When he's trying to be like Rush Limbaugh, and it's not working.
Yeah.
But can you guys hold on a second? Because I have to go water my herb garden.
Yeah, hold on.
Easy, and it's too unsatisfying.
It is unsatisfying.
Stop putting on that man voice.
Unsatisfying?
It's unsatisfying.
Don't worry, I'm almost done with it. I'm going to make it quick. I know you have ballet lesson today.
The view from my apartment.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Was the World Trade Center.
Saw it come down. Ba, 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 ba. Don't you have music under this?
And now it's gone. And they attacked it. This symbol of American ingenuity and strength, and
They ruined his view.
I know.
I know.
My phone reception was ruined.
My phone went dead.
I heard you put a World Trade Center poster in your window.
I had one up before.
No. Listen,
Next to my Lance Bass.
we were just goofing around. I know you're upset, and everyone is, but
Of course we were all upset.
we were all upset, but you got to make sense when you're upset.
Wait a minute. I got to know if he knew how messed up he was before that camera went on.
Can I tell you something? I didn't know the camera was on.
Do
I
me a
was having
favor.
a conversation with a friend of mine. That's
Tell
how
me
I
something.
talk when I'm not on air.
What happened? You had to go back and tape your show, and you
Right.
went on.
That was the first night we came back on.
I understand. And
Yeah.
you went on, and did you decide, hey, I'm going to open the show by talking without any of those little pictures behind your head?
I decided to go on without any pictures behind my head.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Gary.
Howard, this whole thing goes on for around 8 or 9 minutes. But earlier in the discussion, he talks about how he remembers the day that Martin Luther King got shot because
Right.
his teacher made everybody get under the desk and eat cottage cheese.
Why was that?
Well, that was my point there was that people were worried about if their kids were ever going to get over this. And I was saying that my first memory was when Martin Luther King got shot.
Why'd they
All I
make you eat
remember.
cottage cheese?
Under the desk.
Well, they gave
Was
it
that a
full
black
lunch
thing?
because There was rioting in Trenton.
Listen here, kids. Eat your cottage cheese. That's what...
Teacher wasn't black? What are you talking about?
I don't know.
I never claimed to be a Pericles here.
Cottage cheese was Martin Luther
I
King's
went on
favorite
to do
food.
the best I could.
His first memories of cottage cheese, and he doesn't even know how he was eating it or what.
Now, let me finish
I
this
was
tape.
eating it literally out of a trough.
and labor and imagination and commerce.
Yep.
And it is gone.
It's gone.
But you know what the view is now?
What?
The Statue of Liberty.
Hey!
That's worth something.
Hey, that's a good view.
I think he's thinking of the value of his apartment.
I do. I think that's what this rap is about.
Exactly. It's all about property
The
rights.
view from the south of Manhattan is now the Statue of Liberty. You can't beat that.
Are you tapping Morse code during this?
You know,
He's
that
sending
was
a
my
secret
pen.
message.
That was your pen. All right.
Yeah. Because of how incredibly uncomfortable I was.
So we're going to take a break, and I'm going to...
And I'm going to change into tiara.
Mop up is
I'm going to
what
change
you're
into a tiara and a ball gown.
You cut it off before I said I'm going to stop slobbering all over
All right, let me hear.
myself.
Let me hear.
stop slobbering on myself in the desk. And
There you go.
we're going to get back to this.
Oh, no, not more.
I mean, did you pull yourself together?
You got it. You had to see the whole thing.
What'd you do the rest of the show?
It was a performance piece. The next thing, I came out and I did an interpretive dance. That was the next segment.
You're
and
so
then I
into
ended
Martin
the
Luther-
show with a magic trick.
You're so into Martin Luther King. I wonder, have you even ever banged a black chick?
I'm sorry?
Have you ever banged a black chick?
Now, I didn't realize that that's what the followers of Martin Luther King were promoting.
Well, that's what I'm promoting.
And it's going to be
That's what's on
fun,
your
and
mountaintop?
funny, and it's going to be the same as it was. And I thank you.
It's going to be fun and
We'll be
funny.
right back.
I didn't know it was.
Proud.
They were with you.
They were inspired.
They thought there was a madman
They
loose.
didn't want you to fall apart even more.
Yeah, in the next segment, he
you know
comes
what's
out in a
sad?
turban.
Here's what's really sad. They were just people who couldn't get Letterman tickets that day.
Well, let me tell
What
you,
had happened?
John, we kid you, but of course, I know your heart is in the right place. It's just, I don't know what.
Everybody but Howard has had those moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to hold it together so that we, in other words, we got to go fight a war. We instead of crying, we need to get everybody angry and talking about blowing stuff up.
No. That's not the kind of war we're fighting, Howard.
Well, we
it's
should
not
be.
the kind you're fighting.
No, I don't know what war you're fighting.
I think that's a great piece
Are you
of
going
tape.
too?
You do?
Listen, you and I
Because
have the same
it's like a jazz performance.
What is it?
I think you had no idea where you were going half the time while you were doing that. It comes off that way. It's just total improvisation.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. Dick, you're on
As a
the
matter
air.
of fact, you know what was happening?
What?
It was Mad Libs. People in the audience, they would just say a word, and then I would just go with that.
Dick, you're on the air. Dick, you there? Oh, wait. Dick, sorry. You're on the air.
What's up, Howard? Hey, I just want to say how's it going, and hey, John, what's up? Bigot. Hey, you really do have some good material, pussy. Yeah.
Well, listen, you know what, John? Seriously, you were as moved by this as everyone else. I just need you at this point to suck it up.
I just
appreciate
don't
that.
understand how several days after the incident, when he knows he's going back on TV, it's not like he was back on TV that night and he was overwhelmed.
Right.
How does that happen?
Well, he's a bit of an actor.
No, believe me, you've seen me in movies. I'm not. That's
Because Stuttering John ran into Jon Stewart on the street
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
September
right.
11th.
Right.
And so Jon Stewart was fine.
fine.
He was doing cartwheels.
All right.
Yeah, that's right.
Well,
I was jumping up and down.
well, anyway, listen.
How are you guys doing? Is everybody okay?
Everyone's okay. We're raising money to help the people
You're a
who
good man.
ran into the building, and that's our contribution, hopefully. And my
You
audience,
guys are something, boy.
Howard?
Yeah.
We're well over $2.5 million now.
well over $2.5 million. And
Don't. You'll make me missed up again.
I've actually just asked the audience that if they are moved by the fact that these policemen and firemen and EMS workers ran into the burning building and gave their lives, if you're moved by that, let's support their families.
Who would not be moved by that?
No, you have to be moved. And I'm hoping that everyone in my audience will just give even $5, and then we'll have a ton of money to give these
Well,
people.
it's a nice thing. I know that you've been very leery about using your name to do charity stuff and all that, setting up funds, so I think you've done a real nice thing.
Thank you. And let me say
everybody
something.
appreciates it.
I love your deep, manly voice.
Yeah, all of a sudden he's all ballsy.
I'm a lot more comfortable with this Jon Stewart.
Liz, let me tell you something. This is the Jon Stewart that's here to stay. I needed to get that out of the way, and now that it's out of the way, we're back to being the unfunny, non-crying show we've always been.
Well, they say a big man is a man who can cry.
That's right.
Who says that?
My psychiatrist.
Other guys who cry.
Yeah, they all cry.
Bernard Hopkins didn't say that.
I'm trying to get the country angry. If I see one more TV show about how good everyone in Afghanistan is and how
How good they
good.
are. Listen, they're scaring the out of me. Every time I turn on the TV, it's a gas mask and a biohazard suit and some doctor from Colombia talking about how anthrax gets through you pretty quick.
But that's why I'm shocked that we are not being more aggressive and actually saying this is a war. If Osama bin Laden can't be turned over, flatten these mothers with
They're
a
already
nuke.
flattened. Where are you going to find
A
them?
nuke. Let me tell you what they're talking about. Our boys are going to go over there. They have to go chasing in the mountains for
Right.
these Afghani maniacs. I said, don't chase anybody. Nuke them, flatten out the mountain. There'll be no more mountain. Then they'll come out like rats out of a hole. What do you think?
I don't know. I don't think that's good. It doesn't
No
work
good?
over there.
Well, don't forget you were
All I
crying.
know is that the other day that quote came out that the Americans were too afraid to come there and fight, so not to worry. I think they had just seen John.
I think they watched the Jon Stewart show.
Literally, me trying to get my show back on the air has turned the tide of the war.
That's
against
Hey,
us.
John, I got to tell you something.
Oh,
Some good came out of you crying, though. There's someone on the phone who's dying to date you. Go ahead.
Yes, hello.
Yes.
I was wondering.
Yes.
Wait, were you my dancing partner at the Howard Stern dance party?
Yes, I understand that you had dated Tawny Katane at one time. I was wondering if you'd think about dating a man.
Yeah. Would you date a man?
My wife is real against me dating men.
Mike, go ahead.
Good morning, Howard.
Mike is your gynecologist, by the way.
I'd like to tell you that you're doing a great job for raising money, and
Go ahead, say your thing to me, sir. About
John,
me on camel toes
I
when
can
I'm wearing a leotard.
understand. I
Go
can
ahead, say
understand
it.
your emotions, and the reason I say that is that
I'm a watch pussy. Go ahead, say it.
no. I am
Go ahead,
an
sir.
ex-Marine
Speaking your
combat
call.
vet, which my experiences were over 30 years ago, and this tragedy has stirred up a lot of those feelings that I thought were put away for a long time.
Right.
And
Yeah, no, listen, I'm only kidding, John, and as a matter of fact, John's emotions sum it all up.
Absolutely.
Everybody's really pissed, and
We're trying to laugh now at our pain.
we're trying to look at John and say, John, when you're upset, could you just make a little more sense?
We're
That's
trying
all.
to make John a laugh.
Yeah, we're trying to make. We're uncomfortable with our own feminine side, and John isn't clearly, and
Exactly.
so that's
and
why
Howard, I
we do.
agree with you. We need to start doing something.
Yeah, we do.
The people are getting restless.
Yeah, I'm afraid it's going to be like Vietnam again, where we held back.
stop.
You
I
know,
don't want to lose.
Exactly. They're not going to want to win this war because what this should have happened a long time ago, because I think that this would have wakened America up to
Whoa.
stop letting people into this damn country.
Yep.
But we're not going to do that.
I know, we're not doing anything.
We're
we're
not
not
doing
even
anything,
throwing
but-
anybody out of the country. I'm reading about Osama bin Laden calling his mom, his stepmom, because he loves her, and telling her, I'm going to be disappearing for a while. Drag her out in the street and say, come out of those mountains right now or we're killing your stupid mother.
Howard,
Let's
let me tell
play
you
dirty.
a quick story. What I'd like to do with her, and this was done with VC suspects and this and that. You take them and you tie them to a table, and then you take a rat. You put a rat on their stomach.
Of course.
And then you take...
And you
put
open them up.
You put a pot over the rat, and you put heat to the pot.
It's a lot of work.
Well, yeah, but you know what? It works well because the rat's got no place to go but down.
Ooh.
And it will eat its way out eventually.
See?
So take that, put his mother, put his wife, put them all on TV.
Right. And say, listen, you want to come out here. We're playing dirty now, just like you. You're going to
Just
kill
like
our
you.
people. We're going to kill your people. These are the people that matter to you, I assume.
That's exactly.
But,
all right, Howard, I appreciate
Thank you.
Thank you.
And
Thank
Jon
you.
Stewart, that's manly talk.
Wow. You know what? Can I tell you something?
Me and the combat vets know how to talk.
You
I was all
understand the rat
set
on
to
the
have
stomach?
breakfast.
What'd you say?
I was all set to have a little Melba toast and a grapefruit. Now I'm not so hungry. My goodness.
You should do the rat thing on your show.
I think I might. I think I know what to do in my next contract negotiation.
And believe me, if John had his chance, he'd take his handbag and slam Osama bin Laden with it right over the head.
Let me tell you something. I am ready at any time, makeup or no makeup.
Let me tell you, John, I kid because I love, like Don Rickles says.
Stop it.
No, but seriously, I understand where you were coming from.
I appreciate that, my
All right,
friend.
John.
And I appreciate what you guys have done on the air, and I think you've done a great job.
Thanks, John.
All right, brother.
See you soon.
Have fun.
Right. That's Jon Stewart, everyone. He's a good guy. It was kind of funny that you couldn't understand what the hell he was talking about.
Yeah, but I gotta figure, it's just like you said. Letterman had cried, Leno had cried.
Yeah.
He had to really go for it.
Yeah. No one tell him he's on basic cable and nobody's watching that show.
He had to, in order to get some attention, he had to really blubber.
John thinks he's competing with Letterman and Leno. You know what I mean? He's like, hey, I got to cry too. And this dude.
Did Craig Kilborn cry?
No, Craig Kilborn is
Nobody
heartless.
knows what Craig Kilborn did.
If Craig Kilborn committed suicide on his show, nobody would know what he did.
He could be dead already.
Yeah. I got to take a break. We'll be back right after these words.
I'm going to bring something up that bothers me. An aluminum plaque